Alright, Gojo Satoru, the strongest sorcerer of the modern era versus HeroX, the number one hero. Today we've got two overpowered white-haired characters, and in this video I'll be going over their stats, abilities, and how they compare to each other to see who comes out on top. Okay, let's address the main topic here, which is Gojo's Infinity. This broken ability is what makes Gojo so popular in versus battles. Simply because if you can't bypass it, you can't do shit to Gojo. But Infinity isn't the only thing that makes Gojo the strongest. His entire toolkit is way deeper, so to understand how he performs against HeroX, we need to break him down properly. Now Infinity is Gojo's main gimmick, and is the neutral application of his limitless curse technique, which manifests the concept of infinity in reality by converting space into infinite fractions. Basically, anything that tries to reach Gojo has to cross that infinite distance, which results in being slowed down and never reaching him. So, if you're fighting Gojo, your only options are attacks that are instant and don't travel through space, attacks that cut space itself, or attacks with infinite speed. And honestly, not many characters meet those criteria. But Infinity isn't even Gojo's strongest move. That goes to his domain expansion, Unlimited Void, an attack that overloads his opponent's brain with infinite information, basically turning them into a vegetable on the spot. Fighting Gojo Satoru means fighting a character you can't touch in any conventional way. Plus, he can make you branded with a single move. Other aspects of his curse technique include Blue, which collapses and drags space towards a single point, like a gravity well. And on the opposite side, there's Red, which acts as a repulsive force that blasts space away. And combining these two creates Purple, an imaginary mass that destroys anything it comes into contact with. He also has the Six Eyes, which allows him to analyze curse energy at the atomic level, using it with insane precision, to the point that this man cannot run out of cursed energy. Plus, he can heal using RCT, and his healing is so potent, it allowed him to survive in Sukuna's domain. And Gojo has one of the highest physical stats in the series, being able to match Sukuna during their fight in Shinjuku. Just these two clashing fists was enough to destroy an entire building. He's even strong enough to one-shot top-tier characters in the verse, like Uraume, Akari, and Yuta. Gojo is also an amazing fighter, being the best martial artist in the series, alongside Kenjaku, a sorcerer who's lived over 1,000 years. Now the speed scaling in Jujutsu Kaisen is very contentious, and there's many interpretations for how fast you think Gojo is, from Mach 3 because of Naoya, massively hypersonic due to multiple characters dodging lightning, or even light speed if you push things. But no matter how fast you think Gojo is, it honestly doesn't matter, because this is a battle between characters who mainly use hacks, not stats. Now, let's get into the number one hero to see how he compares to Gojo. Alright, HeroX is completely broken, and explaining everything about him would just make this video too long. So, I'll just give a brief explanation for what he can do. But if you want a more detailed video on him, then check out my previous video, where I explained how strong is HeroX. Now HeroX is the number one hero in To Be HeroX, and while he can do multiple things from reality manipulation, transmutation, teleportation, dimensional travel, and even time control, his entire arsenal revolves around one simple yet broken move, the snap. With a single snap of his fingers, X can basically do anything he wants, from turning people into graffiti on the wall or into a piece of paper. He can even change the animation style from 2D to 3D and back. But what about his stats? Well, strength-wise, X hasn't shown much in the physical department, but he's clearly superhuman, because we see him casually overwhelming heroes who are beyond human limits. As for speed, Iso is the speedster of this verse, and is said to be as fast as lightning, and X is far above him. So, depending on how you interpret that, X would be massively hypersonic to faster than light. So, if these two fought, it's clear that HeroX wins this one, and it's not even close. He just has way better hacks than Gojo. As I said before, to bypass Infinity, you'll need to have attacks that are instant and don't travel, attacks that cut space itself, or have infinite speed. And HeroX's snap fits one of these perfectly. It doesn't rely on physical contact, it's instant, and it doesn't travel, making Infinity useless in this fight. If Gojo fights HeroX, he'll just get turned into graffiti on the wall or into a paper cutout. But does Gojo have any win cons against X? Now this segment is going to be addressing the comments people dropped for Gojo winning this fight in my previous shorts. Like, he's faster than HeroX, so he can just blitz him before he snaps. Which just isn't true. HeroX is clearly faster than Gojo, and taking a high-end interpretation for Gojo puts them in the same tier. So no, Gojo can't blitz X. Then, the final two arguments for Gojo winning is to simply hit X with Hollow Purple or his domain expansion. And honestly, these two attacks are reasonable win conditions for Gojo, especially his domain. But that's if they hit. Not only is X faster than Gojo, he's also aware. In episode 24, we see X move into a different dimension, and replay events of the past to Ahu. And during the Smile vs Dragon Boy fight, X, while drunk and asleep, woke up and hurried to save Smile, when he had no way of knowing what was even happening. Plus, we've never actually seen X be hit throughout the entire show. He's perfectly dodged, blocked, and countered every single attack that came his way. All these events show that X has some form of precognition, meaning any attack that Gojo throws at him, X is gonna see it coming. And even if you take the highest interpretation for Gojo and say that he's universal because of his domain containing a universe, HeroX would still win, because his highest interpretation places him above his own narrative, being the animator and editor of his own story. So yeah, the only thing Gojo has over HeroX is maybe physical strength and the fact that he's a better hand-to-hand fighter. So, long story short, Gojo loses because he's 2D and HeroX is 3D. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one, and comment down what video ideas or topics you'd like to see me cover. Who knows, I might do it.